Okay, good morning folks. Little update on energy. I want to test it out in class, but people are so busy, they've been called away at work time and time again, so maybe next week I can test it out with somebody. And waveform, use the hip, fire the hip, generates energy, routes you to the spot, gives you a stable base, increases energy in the meridians, so this is faster, so it's a very powerful punch. If you want to disrupt the other guy's energy and shift him a bit further, a double hip, bang, takes time, not very practical. But then again, if you want to set up a big haymaker, a boxer will use a jab, set it up, wait, get the time right, bang. Whereas if you just walk in with this, you're going to get your face taken off. So you have to set up a big technique by doing something else. It's not always just one person, it might be somebody else. So yeah, might do it as you move into a different scenario, a different attack. Okay? The guy might have his back to you and smacking the bejesus out of somebody else. So then you can do something. It's not always just one person, they're not always focused on you. I was showing somebody a step side kick. And I was showing how to generate energy by using body weight. Simple mechanics. The instructor said to the guy holding the pad, move. So as I did that, he moved. He said, there you go, it won't work. So while he was discussing the fact it wouldn't work, I did a step side kick on somebody that was listening to him. Crack! Nobody noticed. The guy looked around, confused, and had written him off. So, if we're going to do an energy technique with some mechanics in there generating energy for a big haymaker, you might have to set it up. Simple as that. So that's that one. Also, there's some guys do a double hip thrust and then they can do stuff. And I've noticed a lot of the top guys can do stuff. Fantastic guys. The students, I haven't noticed them doing it. So, not being negative about anybody, but the logic dictates to me that the guys doing the business can't teach it to the students. Or the students haven't got the ability to pick it up from the instructors and the seminars and the rest of it. I like to be able to reverse engineer stuff, so if I see somebody doing something I can't do, I want to steal it. That's what I get out of the seminar. 99% of the time it's not what's being taught at the seminar. I go, ooh, I'll have that. Take it away, reverse engineer it as I'm driving home. Job done, teach it the next day, put it on a video and then get lots of stick off people saying you can't do that. Too late, it's out there. So, double hip. I've noticed a lot of people, it doesn't do anything whatsoever. It doesn't generate energy like a single hip or a double hip this way. So it's not energy generation like a wire passing a magnet where you generate energy, you generate electricity. It's not that type of thing. It's not a lot of mechanics, because if you stop there in this particular scenario with the hip, you've got no stance. So if I do this technique against somebody holding a pad and wait long enough for the energy to dissipate, I hit him. Newton, bless his heart, comes up with his third law, and I move back. He moves back. If I do it this way, he moves, I don't move. So there's something else going on there other than mechanics. So double hip. I was thinking it's to do with the microcosmic orbit, which it can be because traditionally posture, tuck the tailbone under. And the aligning the spine, lifting from the crown, relax, all blah 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 blah, maybe a little horse stance, soft knees, all this, which is all good for the Qigong work. But then I hit on, there's a difference between an Eastern and a Western body type. A lot of the top guys, and I've seen this in thousands of times now, are not too tall. From an Eastern body type, Grandmasters, Grandmaster Shin, Grandmaster Kim, all the masters I've seen on the travels, Western people that aren't so tall can do the energy techniques very nicely. Grandmaster Bowman, Grandmaster Hogan, Dillman, Nang. Oh, the list it goes on and on and on. So if we address this and then we find out what is being blocked in flow, what I found out is if you've got good energy flow in the bladder and kidney meridians, you can do stuff. You can use that to root to make it heavy with intent. Once you've got the energy in there, all my students can do it. It's a piece of cake, it takes about 10 minutes. Once you get to a certain level, you can use it for momentum, so then you can walk and push somebody over in a good stance. And Newton, bless his heart, wouldn't spin in his grave because he was into this stuff as well. It's just we only got the Newtonian physics we know today. He was into alchemy and all kinds of good stuff. It seems as you take this posture, tucking the tailbone under, or a double hip thrust, and then apply a technique, which works for some people, it releases a small restriction in the bladder and kidney meridians, so you've got like a dam. You release the dam wall, woof, you get this surge of energy, which will do all kinds of good stuff for about 5-6 seconds. So you go smack, or you can be resistant to something. It's not a negative thing. The flow is fine. It's backed up just a little bit. So you've got some potential energy stored there, ready to rock and roll, and just a little hip thrust, poof, and it's gone. Now with a little training, we can do this with intent. So you just go boom, smack. So you don't need to physically look like a bit of a pervert in public. So a little bit of training, we can use this potential energy. It's like you've got water at a height, so gravity. If you know what potential energy is, you know exactly what I mean. Pull the plug, boof, you get it. So that's what I want to be testing. But apparently I've got a lot of stick. I'm not smart enough to be doing this and I'm arrogant. But the comedy thing is, this morning I look on our Facebook page, Qigong page, and I haven't watched the whole video because it's about an hour long, but there's a Chinese master on there, seems like a lovely bloke, questioning everything. I don't know, I haven't watched it all yet, but so far I'm in about 20 minutes. He's mirroring everything I say. What's this for? Where's the tree? What's it all about? Why are you doing that? And I don't think he's going to be called arrogant, because he's a nicer guy than me, and he's Chinese. But, like he says, he can speak and read and write Chinese, and I can't. So he's got access to old information that I haven't. And I bet you a pound to a penny, we'll end up with a similar exercise, but completely different theories on why it works, but the same ability in the same space of time. It'll be interesting to watch how it pans out. So folks, the experiment that I'm looking to do, maybe get to do it tomorrow morning, but people get called out or they're being called out from work and everything, everybody's trying to get everything done for Christmas, is get somebody to stand normal. Give them a push, you should just do over you go. Then without doing anything else, without thinking intent, without any energy exercises, just tuck the tailbone under, and then for 5-6 seconds, should be stable, and then when it runs out, or the flow goes back to normal, it should be balanced. We can test it on new guys with strength, resistance and other techniques, but most of the students now have so much energy, they're going to be strong, they're going to be resistant, this will be strong, they'll be hitting on pressure points, they'll be laughing at me. So everybody's at quite a high level already. So testing people is hard work. So the fact that some people haven't been for a couple of weeks might not have as much energy. Gives me a little window to test, and then we'll see. Thank you very much.